Note: any dialogue spoken in Galactic will be translated to English. There will be an effect when Galactic is being spoken so you can tell. But only characters who speak Galactic can understand what is being spoken. Now, enjoy the story. You're listening to Forgotten or Forbidden. Read by Chest and LilaJean. Written by LilaJean.
Chapter 2. Partners in Crime. The wizard and the big-eyed bandanaed man walked beside each other to the weird base, meeting up with a tall English-mustached man. Scratching his head, he studied the base, classic suit properly buttoned up, sporting a red tucked tie. The jungle humidity brushed through his well-kept black hair, which was already dampening with perspiration.
Hey, Mumbo, you see the G-Man?
I felt quite awkward enough just pouncing it along without a road map. Silly, isn't it? He said, referring to the base with his hand. Scar, the wizard, now complete with a quirky mare suit and diamond mare monocle to match, smiled.
Etho, that silly goose. He has such a talent for the unexpected. I can't wait no more Bdubs meets Ethglog.
Pushing his two friends aside, Bdubs rushed inside. The men followed him, the smiling blonde Brit in the corner table, the plate of a strange, puddled heap in front of him. Mumbo assumed that was the so-called Ethglog. Ew, oh, ew. The red stunner couldn't help but let out, throwing up a hand to hide the disgusted gagging. Grian giggled. My sentiments exactly. His voice changed into a hush. Do you have the food? Mumbo gave a cryptic nod and handed a golden carrot under the table to the starving hermit. Bdubs gave an indignant expression with his huge eyes. He'd already sat down and was devouring the Ethglog ferociously. He talked between savory bites, his mouth full.
I don't understand what's wrong with you guys. Like, you gotta get past the smell and the look, but once you eat it, you never go back. Like I'm sweating.
The gang looked down at the bandana anime character in disbelief.
I'm glad you like it.
Mumbo jumped 5 feet, for Etho had just appeared behind him, smirking. Oh, your ninja costume affects you in more than physical appearance, doesn't it?
Mysterious man, isn't he?
Xisuma, in full bee get-up, planted a hand on Mumbo's shoulder, sending the poor fellow redstoner into another jump scare. Ah! Dear me, I guess it's Mumbo Scare Day. What are you doing here?
Here for the Ethglog?
Scar shoved the Ethglog into the admin's face. Getting lungs full of toxic air, he bent over, trying to conceal his coughs. Then, realizing the question Scar overlooked, he cocked his head, considering the bee's appearance.
Wait, why are you here, X? I had come just to ask Etho something.
The wizard knew X had purposefully left that vague, and he thought he knew why. Making a mental side note to ask X more about said something, he wished he could ask more, but he knew in mixed company that Xisuma would deny him more info. Okay, this has been mostly fantastic, ignoring the quite distasteful jump scares, but Grian and I should be off. See you guys later! The duo were greeted by the jungle air as they stepped out of the base. Without needing communication, Mumbo handed a new elytra to Grian with a grin that screamed excitement with a flash of knitted worry. But Mumbo always found himself worried with one thing or another when Grian was keeping secrets. Yet, this seemed different. They strapped themselves into place and took off. Quite a sight, the redstoner and builder flying through the now darkening sky. Oh, such a sky. Red, blues, pinks, oranges, yellows, and purples. Brushstrokes dashed the sky in vibrant layers in an exotic bright gradient. Grian held out a hand, feeling the cooling night wind flow through his outstretched fingers. Today was the day, or I guess tonight is the night. He was going to show his friend his secret. Looking down at the tall Englishman with his black hair fluffing in the wind, he felt his stomach start to twist with nerves. They flew and flew and flew until they had reached the very edge of known land and unknown land. Together they were going to cross into the unknown. Silent as a pair of doves, they swooped down into the now pitch-dark sky that twilighted with flaring stars, the night coming to life. They landed in a large field edged with a dense, dark forest, weeds waving up to the hermit's knees, lightly dampening their pant legs. A magical blue tint touched everything, and the moonlight danced around them, glinting over blade surfaces. They landed face to face, wind whipping in their hair and whispering a hum in their ears. Grian, if you were anyone else, I would be unnerved by following you into the late night in the middle of nowhere, but since I know you, I am extraordinarily terrified. The pair laughed, and Grian shoved the tall man. You spoon? I promise this isn't a prank. Right, then what is it? Well, Grian hadn't fully thought through this. His heart began to fill his veins with fire, pounding heat. Hands shaking, Grian brushed his hair with his fingers. It was a nervous tic, and Mumbo knew that. What? What's wrong? Their eyes met. Oh, custard tarts, this was easy in my head. Though his first instincts were to insist he force it out, Mumbo restrained his curiosity, patiently waiting. Grian wanted to talk. They were all alone. But an image of purple fire, burning buildings, and screaming was created in his mind. Screams. Fire. His body a wildfire, his hair poison needles, and his legs noodles. He couldn't. He can't. He would be putting him in danger. Danger of what? He didn't know. He was sure it was dangerous. Really, really dangerous. He couldn't do that to Mumbo. This was a burden he would have to bear himself. No one could get involved. Grian? Mumbo shook him out of his spiral, physically giving him a light shake, and mentally getting his head back into place. Instantly, he forgot what had caused him so much distress, and Grian looked up, blankly. What was he thinking about? It was important, but he couldn't remember. Oh gosh, what was it? Curses! A concerned expression was glaring back at him. Is everything okay? Sorry, yeah, it's nothing. What's this about? I just have to rip it off like a band-aid. He took a deep breath. Here it goes. He wrapped his arms around his sweater's hem and started sliding his shirt off. Oh, whoa, Grian, what are you doing? Mumbo waved his hands in protest. Throwing the shirt aside, he reached to his back, fumbling with something. There was a rope wrapped around his waist, skin indented with strain. He winced in pain as sharp knives stabbed him in the back. Grian, what are you, what? But before he'd finished sputtering, the blonde-haired hermit's hand fell to his side, the rope untied, and with the flap of the night breeze, huge glowing purple eagle wings were released. Completely unsure how to react, Mumbo froze. Grian stood shirtless, his outstretched wings purple and blue with a gradient, but mostly shades of purple. They had a pattering soft glow, and feathers waved in the wind. What? Wait, what? Grian didn't know what he should say. He could try to explain, but he had no explanation. I woke up with a pain in my back, and when I looked in the mirror, poof, there they were. Expression wide, Mumbo made several sweeping gestures as he spoke, tone magnified in flustered bewilderment. How long ago was that? Why didn't you say anything? Only a week ago. They have grown so much since then. I think I can fly with them now. I didn't tell anyone because, well, I have this strange dread. Dread? Yeah, like, by telling someone I'm putting them in danger. I don't know why. I wish I could remember. It's like deja vu, you know? Then, can I be frank? Why did you tell me? X is the admin and Scar is a wizard. They could probably help you more than me. I told you because you're my best friend. Then we could do some serious pranks with these. A devious smile crept across his face, eyes flashing with ideas. Plus, I've been tying my wings together with rope to keep them hidden. But since they are bigger, it's really a two-person job. He rushed a hand through the feathers, a wondrous awe in his large pupils. Frozen in disbelief, Mumbo let out a breathless chuckle through his gaping mouth. How? Grian, is all you care about pranks? Well, it's a perk. Mumbo studied him with intense interest, stepping closer to cautiously touch the feathers for himself. Soft. Geez, this was too weird. And awesome. Wow, they look so, what's that word? Teddy bear stuffing? Firstly, that's 3 word. Secondly, no, and no. It's not a word in English, it's galactic. It means kinda glowy and spacey, like otherworldly. Oh, Galactican. As he spoke the strange Ender language, words so peculiar in airy pronunciation, the wings glowed ever so slightly. Grian's fingertips fuzzy with a spark twinge and a twinkle of purple shine in his eye. Wowie! What was that? Let me try again. Galactigan. Shades of purple, twisting in gleams, shone on Mumbo's face, which was ever growing wider with each discovery they made. Clapping, Grian smiled. That's genuinely wonderful! Do you know any more? Mumbo shook his head. We will have to test that out more later, when we can get our hands on more galactic words. Maybe they would find someone who knew galactic. Who would know galactic is the question. Well, actually the question would probably be, why is he randomly sprouting wings? Or maybe, why are those wings reacting so funny to the Ender language? Anyway, the best question he needed answers to was, what awesome pranks were they going to pull now? Lost in exciting thoughts, he ruffled his windswept hair, eyes alive. Mumbo considered his grinning bird friend. I can't believe you. I feel like anything could happen to you, and you would keep your spirits up. Why walk when you could dance is my motto. Now, let's test them out. Are you sure we shouldn't tell someone? What if something is seriously wrong? Mumbo, there's no question that something is seriously wrong with me, he jested. But Mumbo's truly concerned face glaring back at him, he decided to address his friend's fear. Maybe we will tell someone later, but for now, I know if we tell someone, they could be in danger. I know that doesn't make much sense to you, but trust me, if the story of my wings were to come out, it would be bad news. Anyways, it took all of my courage to tell you. I can't imagine telling Xisuma. Not now, not yet. I'm not ready. Looking to the ground, Mumbo reluctantly nodded. Now, let's test these babies out. Just promise we will tell someone soon. Okay, soon. Now it's time for some fun.